Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. This is a video I wanted to make for quite some time, but I left the images laying around. So today is the day we finish this video and upload it. So grab yourself your cup of tea, sit back and enjoy. Now in this video we're going to be covering the skills you can profit from, or the best skills for profit for levels 99 and 120. Now kicking off in no particular order, we have crafting. Now the supplies for crafting, let's say gold bars and the gems and even soft clay, change constantly. Meaning that sometimes crafting can be less profit, or you have to create different jewelry to make profit. However, generally speaking, crafting jewelry is profitable and making urns is definitely profitable right now. Now, crafting ruby bracelets from levels 42 to 74 can net you a total of 7.5 million GP profit. For crafting experience, that's still pretty decent. And for a lower level player, level 42 crafting isn't a very high requirement. You're making decent money and at the same time training your skills up. In fact, level 75 crafting, which isn't too far away from level 74, is a pref requirement, and level 80 is a requirement for the elite skill called Invention. Now at level 74, and you don't have to do this, you can also do the decorated mining urns from levels 59 on, which I'll talk about in just a second. You could also do emerald amulets, but we're just going to be focusing on ruby bracelets and dragonstone bracelets, which are currently the best for GP in terms of jewelry. Now for levels 74 to 99, if you were to do these, which are pretty slow at the higher levels compared to the other things you can do for crafting experience, but again, you're making profit, so you can't really complain, you'd be making 133 million profit. Now if you were to make them from levels 99 to 120, which is around 91 million experience, you'd be making a total of 1 billion GP, aka 1000 million GP, which is a huge amount of profit. But do keep in mind it would take some time. Now a better alternative, and probably a better market, they get used quite often, are the decorated urns. Now the first come at level 59, which are the decorated mining urns. Now they are around 1.3 to 1.5 mil GP per hour if you're making them on portable crafters. I think you can make like 600 to 700 an hour. You first have to craft them from the soft clay, and then you have to fire them, cook them, I don't know the word. Anyways, that's what you do. There's like 2 stages of doing them. The decent experience, and you make a total of 240 million GP if you do them to 99. Purely the mining urns, by the way. There's better ones like the farming urn, stuff like that. But prices change constantly. But if you were to do them for levels 99 to 120, you'd be making 1.8 billion GP, which is insane. You're basically making profit for 120. And then you get this nice master cape at the end, and you've made profit. But it does take quite a long time, I won't lie. Now next up is a skill that isn't very profitable at lower or mid levels. Well, you can have a few profitable methods here and there, but it's like iron or maybe even mithril, something that you won't do for very long, meaning it's pretty much pointless, or the profit is just way too low. Now at level 99 and 85, there is 2 things you can do for profit for smithing, which are at least decent. Now the first one we're going to be talking about is pretty damn popular. It's the Rune to Hate swords. Now if you do these from level 99 to 120, you'll be making 330 million GP profit. Do keep in mind you want to do these on a portable forge, and you want to have the Scroll of Efficiency unlocked, which is a dungeoneering item. Now 330 million does not sound like much GP for a 120, but do keep in mind that Rune to H's are actually quite fast experience. Although you'll be making less money than, let's say, with crafting, it's going to be a much faster 120. Now, you can also do rune bars from level 85 to 99, or even 120, even though that's going to take you very, very long, as the experience is very low. You should be getting around 63,000 experience per hour. And if you AFK here and there, it might be a bit less. But if you were to make the rune bars, which I do have a in-depth guide for, I guess, kind of in my top 5 non-combat money making methods video, which I'll link in the description below, with a call bag and stuff like that and presets, it's going to be much easier, and you can make 310 million profit for level 99 from level 85 on, or a whopping 2.91 billion GP profit if you were to do them to level 120. Now do keep in mind this takes a huge amount of time. I mean, if you're going to level 120 smithing using rune bars, you're probably doing this on an alternative account. Next up is runecrafting with the demonic skull in the abyss, as this is the best way to craft runes. Now, runecrafting is a very well known skill for its profit, and also for its tediosity, if that's even a word. It's very tedious, very slow, but it's good profit for the most part. Unless you're of course doing rune spam. Now from levels 44 to 54 is where the real profit starts kicking in. At the lower levels with, let's say, cosmic runes, the profit isn't crazy, and fire runes, air runes, stuff like that, it isn't too crazy. Now if you were to make nature runes from levels 44 to 54, which would be 3023 runes with the demonic skull, you'd be making 1.3 mil in total. Now you might be like, that isn't too much money, is it? Keep in mind, it's only 3023 nature runes. And you can only make 1 and occasionally 2 per pure essence. Now, for the most part, runecrafting is a bad experience in the mid levels, but once you reach level 77, you can create blood runes. And they are pretty damn good profit. If you were to do them from level 77 to 99, which would be 314,600 runes, you'd be making 195 million profit. To put that in perspective, that's 99 Herblore on double experience weekend making overloads, which is expensive, and 99 prayer with dragon bones in just the profit of 199. Which is very efficient if you think about it, especially if you do hate money making and runecrafting. And I mean, if you're making profit and ticking off a boring skill off the list for your max cape, definitely worth it in my opinion. But wait, there's more. At level 91 runecrafting, you can 100% successfully make 2 nature runes per pure essence. From levels 91 to 99, you'd have to make 226,400 nature runes, and this would make you a profit of 98 million. Do keep in mind this is from levels 91 to 99, hence the profit is a bit lower than the blood runes because you can do them from level 77 on, but blood runes are also more expensive than nature runes. So the profit per rune is lower with nature runes. Now for levels 99 to 120, if you are making blood runes, which would be a whopping 2.798 million runes, you'd be making a total of 1.734 or 1,734 million profit. Which is crazy if you think about it. I mean, if you're going for 120 and you want to make profit, runecrafting is definitely a good one to do. I mean, apart from nature and blood runes, there's also mud runes and stuff like that, which I didn't list, and even soul runes could be kind of profitable, I guess, but definitely not as much profit as these. Now for levels 99 to 120 with nature runes, which would be a whopping 2.897 million runes, you'd be making a total of 1,245 million profits. Which, to put that in perspective, is probably enough to get you max cape. The same goes for the blood runes, if you're somewhat efficient, I guess. I mean, it could probably get you all of the buyables done, especially if you do some on double experience weekend to save you money, which I highly recommend. In fact, a double experience weekend is just around the corner on 16 November. Next up is a skill that can be profitable, and it's kind of hard to calculate since the player-owned farms update. You can receive some of the player-owned farm animals from catching them during Hunter. You get like an unchecked version, and that's worth quite some money. I don't know the exact amounts because the GE prices are way off, like some of them are a few mil. So yeah, you can make a decent amount of profit depending on what you do. In fact, with most Hunter things or activities, you can make profit. But here are some examples that are profit from just the materials you get from hunting them, which from levels 31 on are La Rupias, which can make you 1 mil per hour. Level 59 plus the red salamanders are definitely a good one, giving you around 1.5 mil an hour. Level 63 plus are the red chinchompas, which are only around 500k an hour, depending on how you're doing them. Sometimes the traps fail too much, but yeah, they're still profitable. At level 77, you could do granvils, which are pretty damn good. And I believe Pure at PPC made a guide on them, and you can make 5 mil plus per hour for the big Chinchompa portal version of them, or version area. And at level 97 Hunter, you can do Crystal Skull Chompas, which are around 3 mil plus per hour. It depends, but you can also get the crystal skill chompas unchecked, which you can sell on the Grand Exchange for a few million GP. I don't know the exact prices, so don't ask me in the comments. And for all of these methods, you can make extreme hunter potions or buy these super ones and do the methods at a lower level, as it can boost your hunter level up quite some levels. And last but definitely not least, we have Slayer. Now, I cannot tell you the exact profit you're going to be making from training Slayer, but I can tell you the lower levels of Slayer are absolute trash money. The mid-level Slayer is, you know, it's low to medium profit. It depends on what tasks you do. You can get the grot worms, which are good profit. They are a pain in the ass to kill, however, and they're just annoying to do, but they do make you profit. And the high level Slayer can get you low to high profit. And why do I say low to high? It depends on your preferred tasks. And if you get a shitty task, that's obviously going to be very bad profit. So I had to put that in there. It's not always going to be your favorite task. And the best task for GP are mammoths, elves, ripper demons, abyssal demons, dark beasts, Rararius, rune dragons, spiritual mages, grot worms at a lower level, and gemstone dragons. Now do keep in mind, if you kill these in your personal Slayer dungeon, like let's say these spiritual mages, it's going to be a good way of making money. And you only require the Slayer level to kill them, and you can just farm them outside your Slayer task for as long as you want. In fact, I have an AFKing guide on them, which I'll leave in the description below. And you can also do that with some of the other Slayer creatures if you wish to, and you have the souls collected for your personal Slayer dungeon. Anyways, this was the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
When you're feeling down on your luck, you're tired and stuck, enough is enough. You gotta pick yourself up, cause life gets hard, it might leave scars.